Hi, beautiful soul. I can only imagine what brought you here today. Maybe your to-do list feels endless. Maybe you're juggling more responsibilities than any one person should carry. Maybe you're sitting there right now feeling like you're drowning in your own life and you just need someone to remind you that you're going to be okay. First, I want you to know you're not failing, you're not weak, you're human, carrying a human-sized heart in a world that often demands superhuman strength. And right now, in this moment, you are exactly where you need to be. Before we go any further, let's take 3 deep breaths together. Not because I'm going to tell you that breathing will fix everything, because it won't, but because your nervous system needs a moment to remember that you are safe, you are held, and you are loved. Breathe in and out. In and out. One more. In and out. There. You just gave yourself the gift of presence. You know, there's a beautiful verse in Matthew where Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." I used to think that meant I had to literally hand everything over to God and somehow magically feel better. But I've learned that sometimes God's rest comes through very practical, very human actions we can take right here, right now. When I feel overwhelmed, I think about plants. They don't try to bloom all their flowers at once. They don't panic about next season's growth. They simply tend to what's in front of them today. One leaf, one root, one moment of sunlight at a time. So let's start there. Let's talk about what tending to what's in front of you actually looks like when your world feels like chaos. First, name what's true right now. Take a moment. What is actually happening in this exact moment? Not what might happen tomorrow, not what you should have done yesterday, right now. Are you physically safe? Are you breathing? Do you have a roof over your head? Sometimes when we're overwhelmed, we're not actually responding to present danger. We're responding to the story our mind is telling us about all the things that could go wrong. I'm not minimizing your stress. Your feelings are completely valid, but let's separate what's actually urgent from what's just loud in your head. Here's something my grandmother told me, and she learned it from years of raising 5 children in Haiti with very little money but an abundance of love. She used to say, when you're carrying too many mangoes, some will fall and bruise. Better to choose the ripest ones to carry home. She called it knowing what deserves your hands today. Over the years, I've learned different ways to honor her words in my life. Here's one. Write down everything that's overwhelming you. Everything. Get it out of your head and onto paper. Don't organize it yet. Just brain dump. Now, I want you to mark 3 categories. Things that truly need your attention today. Things that need attention this week. Things that are important but not urgent. You'll probably find that most of your stress is coming from mixing up these categories. You're trying to solve next week's problems with today's energy, and that's a recipe for exhaustion. Third, the permission you've been waiting for. I need to tell you something, and I need you to really hear this. You have permission to do less. You have permission to disappoint people. You have permission to not be everything to everyone. I know that might feel terrifying. Maybe you've built your identity around being the one who handles everything, who never lets anyone down. But love, and I say this with the deepest compassion, that's not sustainable. That's not even healthy. Jesus himself withdrew from the crowds when he was overwhelmed. He said no to good things so he could say yes to the most important things. If the Son of God needed boundaries, maybe we do too. 4. Find your one thing. In all the noise and chaos, there's usually one thing, just one, that will make the biggest difference if you handled it today. Not everything, one thing. Maybe it's that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it's asking for help. Maybe it's literally just taking a shower and eating a decent meal. What's your one thing? The thing that, if you did it, would help everything else feel a little more manageable. That's your only assignment today. One thing. 5. Remember what you can't control. There's an old prayer that goes, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. When we're overwhelmed, we're usually trying to control things that were never ours to control in the first place. Other people's reactions, the timing of opportunities, whether everything goes perfectly. What if you could release your grip on trying to orchestrate everything? What if you could do your part, your good, faithful, imperfect part, and trust? Before you go, I want to leave you with something you can carry with you. Get comfortable wherever you are. Close your eyes if that feels good, or just let your gaze soften. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Feel your breath moving through your body, this miraculous body that has carried you through every difficult day you've ever had. Now repeat these words with me, out loud or silently. I am held by a love larger than my problems. I don't have to carry what's not mine to carry. I can take the next right step even when I can't see the whole staircase. I am enough, exactly as I am right now. God's grace is sufficient for this moment. Beautiful soul, you are going to be okay. Not because everything will work out exactly as you hope, though it might, but because you are stronger than you know, more loved than you can imagine, and held by a grace that doesn't depend on your performance. You can come back to this video whenever you need to. You can watch it at 2 a.m. when anxiety wakes you up, or during your lunch break when work feels impossible, or on Sunday evening when the week ahead feels too heavy. This is your reminder that you are not alone, you are not forgotten, and you are exactly the person God knew you'd be when He decided the world needed you in it. Take your one thing, do it with love, and remember, grace covers the rest. I'll see you in the next one whenever you need me.